Welcome back, tennis fans. Another GTL news, and it's Monte Carlo Masters final time, and we have our two finalists, Davidovich Fokina versus Tsitsipas. Fokina able to beat Dimitrov today in a close 3 sets, with Tsitsipas a lot more comfortable. He beats Zverev in 2. Let's get into the final preview. But first, Fokina, let's see what you had to say. He said, I feel different when I play here compared to other tournaments. It's an event I've always loved. I remember Nadal's success here very well. I hope I can do like him. Of course, nobody's won as many times as Rafa, especially in so many consecutive years. He's dominated this event. And I think generally sort of Spanish players have always done extremely well here. You've got Christopher here saying there's now going to be 6 Spanish men in the top 32 come Monday, 4 in their 30s, Nadal, Busta, Agut, Ramos, Vinolas, 1 in his 20s, Fokina, and of course, the one and only in his teen, Carlos Alcaraz. So it's a great time for Spanish tennis. Davidovich Fokina in the final. He's not had an easy route to get to the final as well. You remember, he's beaten Taylor Fritz, who's just won Indian Wells. He's beaten Novak Djokovic. He's had some really tough matches along the way, and he just keeps sort of proving people wrong and winning them. And I'm really happy for him. He comes across very well in the interviews. He's obviously doing a lot for a dog shelter as well, so that's always going to have my respect. And I just want to see him continue to play his tennis, because if he doesn't get in his mind too much, he's very good. My big worry is the mental side. He does struggle serving out for sets. I find his best opportunity often to win a match or a set is to break to win it. But that's something I'm hoping can come with a little bit more time and experience on tour. This is a good tweet as well. So this is how much he's had of time on court. You can see 2 hour 45, 2 hour 25, 1 hour 32, 2 hour 54, 1 hour 38. And that's over 11 hours on court en route to the final. So a lot of time. And that is another concern. Going into a final against Tsitsipas, who hasn't played as long on court. I know he did have a big match against Diego Schwartzman, but the Zverev one today, certainly not that long at all. It could be a factor. I'm a bit worried whether Fokina is going to come extremely tired and is going to start feeling his muscles sort of cramping up, especially with the nerves of it being such a big match, his biggest match of his career. But hopefully that doesn't play too much of a factor. We've got here saying, I wonder if he'll have anything left in the tank. Well, let's wait and see tomorrow. The one interesting thing for me is I'm finding it really hard at the moment to predict Masters finals. The reason being, I feel we have so many sort of unpredictable finals and unpredictable players in these finals. We had Cam Norrie, Bastiasvili not too long ago. Taylor Fritz got to his first final. It seems to be every single Masters event, there's a new person reaching the final. And this one is Fokina. Moving down a little bit, so this is on the Spanish dominance at Monte Carlo. Since 1991, only 10 Monte Carlo finals have not featured a Spaniard. So that is pretty crazy. So we've got Bruguera, 91, 93, 94, 96 Costa, 97 Correia, 98, 02 Moya, and then we had Ferrero, 02, 03, Nadal, 2005 to 13, and then 2016 to 18, Verdasco, Ferrer, Ramos, Vinolas in 17, and of course 2022. There was always going to be a Spaniard, sort of written in the stars, Davidovich Fokina. Moving on to the man he's going to be playing, someone who won this event last year, Stefanos Tsitsipas, the Prince of Clay. Now team's gone. He was comfortable today. I mean, Zverev hit so many unforced errors. He didn't really look too interested. It was a poor performance from him. But Tsitsipas, he's looking good. He really is. I think he's a real threat for Roland Garros. And if Nadal and Djokovic aren't bringing their A game, he's going to be there and thereabouts, because his clay game has come on leaps and bounds sort of from last year, and it's carried on into this year. He could do extremely well in some of these events coming up. Talking about Barcelona, Rome, Madrid, and of course then Roland Garros. It's going to be difficult to beat him, especially with Nadal not there and Djokovic not firing. Alcaraz could have a big battle with him. We know he beat him recently on the hard courts. But Tsitsipas, he's going to be into the final against Fokina. He will be the favourite. He did win it last year. Is he going to win it again? No. We've got Oleg saying Tsitsipas, one win away from becoming the first player outside the Big Four to successfully defend a Masters title since Juan Carlos Ferrera at Monte Carlo 2002. So that's a big thing to be able to do. Defending a title, usually we know Rafa, Djokovic, Federer, them guys, they can do that, but not someone outside of the Big Four. And I'm really pleased for Tsitsipas if he is able to do it. Vance sort of echoing what I said earlier on the match, saying that clay enhances Tsitsipas's full array of shots and allows his variety to shine. He is not being robbed of time. His backhand gets great depth, height and spin. He's not being made to pay for hitting forehands on the ad side. He's defending well and using short slice effectively. Forehand angles are A+. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better myself, so I had to bring up the tweet. It is exactly that. It's working very well, and he just looks so accustomed to the clay courts. It does allow him a little bit more time. Being a guy who uses a one-handed backhand, I think the clay just works perfectly. And it is a great shot, but it's just not that consistent. Seems to be more consistent on the clay, and I guess this is probably why. Finally, the head-to-head between the two of them. They've played twice before, including last year at Monte Carlo, where Fokina retired after losing the first set 7-5. And they played at the start of this year in Rotterdam, which was a really close 3-set match with Steph winning both of their matches and the one in Rotterdam in the third set 6-4. So moving on to my prediction, I am going to be going for a Stefanos Tsitsipas victory. He's beaten Fokina before. He's looking the more comfortable of the two on the clay. I know Fokina's had some really big results, but I think the combination of him playing so many big matches, getting to this final, he's going to find it difficult. A bit like Vesely in Dubai, beat a lot of good players, got to sort of the back end of the event and couldn't handle it anymore. I think we're going to see the same with Fokina. And on that basis, I'm going to go for a Steph victory in straight sets, with the first set being a tie break. But let me know in the comment section, what do you make of this final? Do you agree with me that Steph's going to win? It is the diving derby. Hopefully we see some diving on the clay. Make sure to join us for the watch along. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you very soon.